com. If you don't know who I am and you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and share my work if you like what I do. I'm also a writer and I have a blog on astrology, which is one of the top 100 blogs online. So don't forget to check out all my work. Just do a Google Tina Heals and everything will pop up, okay? So moving on to the topic of discussion here, I am discussing astrological personality types based on the sun and the moon signs. Now, in astrology, the sun represents our exterior self, or who we show to the people, to the world, okay? Our raw magnetic power that we project outward. Okay, so the sun, being the male, is an outward projection of energy, our core energy. Okay, now the moon is the interface, our emotional interface with which we interact with the world. Our subtle feelings, our deep feelings, our connective capacities, our nurturing abilities, our connection to our mother, family, our base, our sense of home. That's the moon. So when we place these two archetypes together, the sun and the moon, then we get a more rounded understanding of the personality. So if you just study the sun sign, which is say Leo or say Taurus or say Gemini, then you don't get the whole idea of who that person is, because what they project out to you is their sun sign. But you need to know who they really are within, right? So for that, you have to understand their moon sign. So here in this segment, I'm discussing Gemini moons with all the other 12 suns. This is the video on Gemini moon with Taurus sun. Very interesting yin and yang combination. Now, let's get to discussing a bit about how the moon feels in Gemini. The moon is all about feeling, all about emotions, all about our deepest internal emotive debris. Our interface, our emotional interface is the moon. And Gemini is all about communication. And it's yang, it's air. It's the third sign. Mercury is the ruler. So Gemini sort of has this energy of being a bit too scattered if they're not careful. So they're all over the place and they don't like to feel. Why do they not like to feel? It's because in this level of the soul growth, feelings are not emphasized. Now the next sign, which is Cancer, is where feelings really come into focus. Okay, but here Spirit has moved on from Aries, which is fire, initiation, starting, going forward, to Taurus, which is about building, sustaining, procuring. Then on to Gemini, which is about communicating. Then on to Cancer, which is about feeling and family. So Gemini does not like to feel. In fact, people with Gemini placements always try to quantify their emotions with words. But emotions cannot truly be quantified, can they? And this is a lesson that Gemini has to learn, Moon, Ascendant, Sun. That don't try to verbalize everything. Okay, because verbal diarrhea will only get you so far. If you're really looking to, you know that syndrome when you watch a sunset but someone spoils it for you by describing it to you. So when the moment the sun is really setting, you're so, you're always being interrupted and you can't really enjoy the sunset. That is the Gemini energy in one of its most nagging manifestations. So don't talk about that sunset. Watch that sunset. I would say feel that sunset. breathe that sunset. And this is something that Geminis will not understand. So what are you talking about? Breathe the sunset. Are you crazy? Can we discuss it? Can we cut it to pieces? Can we dissect it? But everything is not about dissection, Gemini moons. Again, another thing with Geminis is the gleaf, two-facedness. So be careful, don't be two-faced, don't give in to gossip, and if you are spreading gossip, be careful. With Taurus in focus as your sun, our sun is, remember, your outward projection. So what you project to the world is actually more stable than what you feel inside, because Gemini does not have any stability. So grounding for you would be a prerequisite, I would say. And Taurus is great at that. Any kind of body work will also be good, because Taurus, where your sun is an earth sign, is the second sign, okay? It's feminine. So there's your moon is in the masculine sign and your sun is in the feminine. There's this double bonanza of yin and yang polarities. Here, Gemini and moon, yang and yin. Here you have Taurus and Sun, Yin and Yang, okay? So combined, you can really achieve a lot, because Taurus again is ruled by Venus and rules money and bank systems and all these things. So if you can communicate, you can find work in Taurian fields, which has to do with money or artist, some sort of artistry or some sort of writing. Geminis are great at writing and communicating. As I said, any kind of blogs would be good, because you could probably do a blog on lifestyle, because you're probably very fashion conscious. Taurus suns are very fashion conscious, and they like to keep things very up to date and look nice. The Gemini is more quirky, shall we say, not so much emphasized on, looking perfect like Taurus. But here you can really bring your communication to the realm of beauty and really bring it out to the world, because Taurus is all things beautiful, all things in harmony. And that's what you project to the world. You may feel like you're going all over the place. You try to synthesize it in some way. I mean, that's what you should be doing, because ultimately communication is your forte, with your moon being there. And you need to communicate. So also with family or whatever, if there's something you need to communicate, your moon being there, do it. But use communication to seek Taurian careers. Banking, artist, you can be some sort of intellectual property, whereby you can figure out what you want to talk about. Could be lifestyle, could be food. Taurians are great at cooking and very great at eating. Awesome at eating, in fact. So they often develop a bulky body. But if you have your moon in Gemini, it's likely that you are not that bulky anyway. But if you are, then it may be worthwhile that you look at exercise. With Taurus Sun, it's always healthy to keep your body in shape and to truly be connected to your body. That's also something Taurus really likes, connection to the body. So use communication, because that's your power, and explore Venusian things and put it out there in the world, and you'll surely get noticed, because you're quite a firecracker with your wit, with your communication, and you probably are very classically beautiful because you have Taurus moon. So use it. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked what you heard, then share with your friends, subscribe, consider a donation, or book a private reading. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.